Hello everybody, welcome back to the Gaming Corner podcast. It's been just a little bit. I'm joined here by my fabulous co-hosts, Dastardly John and Landon. Landon.
Hello everybody.
Landon, we don't have a nickname for you. What should your nickname be?
Lando,
we'll do that. Lando.
Alright.
We're back here on the Gaming Corner podcast. I can't believe we're doing this again. Who could have guessed we've done this six times in a row? We have a few updates and news things that we have to talk about. Because, this is a podcast about video games. We talk about that stuff. First of all, we got the GTA 6 trailer that has finally dropped. It's been 10 years since GTA 5 officially dropped. So, yay, it's out.
That's insane.
It is. And then we have E3. Well, it was after it was officially canceled. Yeah, E3 ain't coming back. E3 doesn't like us. Boom.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, John.
E3.
Atari, of all people, are finally getting back into gaming. I know we've talked about this a million times in the podcast before, but with the release of the 2600 Plus, we are left with a giant wonderfest of seeing what's going to happen next with it all. But that's just a big thing with Atari. Then finally, we have the Raspberry Pi 5, which is finally released. If you are in any way, somehow in the emulation community, you have definitely heard the name Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi is like a little...
Even I've heard the name Raspberry Pi and I'm not in that community.
Exactly. Dastardly Jonathan has heard about it, and he's Dastardly Jonathan. I have, a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. It is one of the coolest things that I've ever used. It is so nice. It's so awesome. Moving on to the new games that are released this month. First of all, on December 1st, we had Batman Arkham Trilogy. This is a trilogy of all the Batman Arkham games, which I've heard are some of the coolest DC superhero games of all time. I really like the Batman series. I know my family likes the Batman series. I guess I should say my extended family, because the rest of my family doesn't play video games.
You're the only one, Josiah.
I am the only one. I am the only one. When you buy Dino Ricky, yeah, you are the only one.
Yep. You get completely isolated.
Absolutely. So let's see, we got the Batman Arkham Trilogy. It came out December 1st. Next up, on December 7th, we had Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. That is a game that is... I don't know if it's a sequel or a prequel to the James Cameron Avatar movies. Avatar was a really good movie, and I am excited to play this. I would love to play most of these games. But you know what I would like to play? VR. That's where this comes in. We have the Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2 finally releasing on December 14th. This is a sequel to the Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted game. That is one of the coolest VR games that I've ever played. Now that we're done with new games, let's move straight into the games that we've been playing. First of all, I've been playing a lot of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is a game that I really enjoy. My aunt actually got me a guide to it recently, and it's just become one of my favorite games of all time. Then I've been playing quite a bit of Portal 1 and 2. I bought them on Steam for 99 cents each, and I didn't have a good computer that could run them until I got the computer that I'm using right now. But yeah, so I've been playing quite a bit of Portal 1 and 2. Mario World, which I recently bought for 16 bucks at a little game store. That is a great game. But you want to hear the greatest gaming story that I have so far? DKODs is a little game store. I don't want to say a little game store, but they're now an online store that was run out of Morgantown, Pennsylvania, okay? So I bought a few games, I bought TMNT, I bought NBA Jam, I bought all those different games, and I also ordered a little flat for my N64. They accidentally did not ship me that, but instead sent me Paper Mario. They instead sent me Paper Mario, which they sell for 130 bucks.
That's one of the littest things I've ever heard.
So Merry Christmas to me.
We're gonna start out with Super Mario Wonder. That's a fun game. I haven't touched it since I first played it, or second played it. I don't know. Xenoblade 3, I played for half an hour, and then I haven't touched it. I played a huge amount of No Man's Sky. Huge. That was a fun game. I also played Cities Skylines, which...
So lately, since I sold my console, I've been playing a lot more mobile games. So I've been going through the App Store and trying to find, how many of them are good, but not a lot of them are. I downloaded Xbox Cloud Gaming, and I've been playing Forza. I've been playing Plants vs. Zombies, and on the App Store games, I've been playing Geometry Dash and Mario Kart 64 and Super Mario 64.
Let's move on to our next segment, Gaming in 2024. Alright, so we have a lot of different things that we need to talk about with this. First of all, what systems are we even going to see in this year? I would really like to see a Switch 2 or a Switch Pro, but the thing with that is...
At least an announcement for it, anyway.
Yeah, at least something for it. This system has been out for almost 7 years at this point, and around the 7-year mark is where Nintendo will usually announce a new system. So, like, look at the Wii, the Wii U, NES, SNES, Genesis, 64. Genesis isn't even a Nintendo system. I don't know why I said that. I hope that we see something for a Switch 2. So it's the perfect time for them to announce something. I hope it happens this year. Along with that, I'd also like to see a pro version of the PlayStation 5. PS5 is already very optimized. It's, at this point, as good as it can get. But that doesn't mean it can't get better, which is kind of contradicting what I just said. Which, either way, really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But this, I feel like they should do like a pro system. And same for Xbox Series X. We talked about like a Series X like digital edition, which was really stupid because like the Series S already exists and already has the capabilities of the X. But I feel like they're going to do something, whether or not that be a pro system or unveiling a new system, just stuff like that. So those are the systems that we're hoping to see in 2024, but what about the games? What games are we going to be seeing this year? Well, we have a wide variety, especially in Nintendo and Mario games. This list is mainly made up of Mario games. But first of all, Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Jonathan has clearly stated that this game looks like it's made for children, which it is.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that it looks like it's for 7-year-olds.
And I stand by my word, 120%.
The thing with that is, just like Mario RPG, it's made to be recreated in the style of the original games. This is a recreation of that, and yeah, I understand. It's gonna look like a younger kid game. But then again, if Mario RPG could look squished, this is gonna look like it's for 7-year-olds. But I'm excited to see what it looks like for Mario vs. Donkey Kong. This is a game that I'm very excited for. It's a game that I really want to play. It's a game that I really want to try out. And hopefully we can do something like that on GC Live eventually. After that, we got Princess Peach Showtime, hopefully releasing sometime soon. I didn't keep up with the release date, but this game is the first game in a long time that is actually starring Princess Peach as our main character. The last one...
Yeah, God!
The last game that we saw do this was Super Princess Peach on the Nintendo DS, which I'm assuming is definitely taking inspiration. I'm excited to see what they do with this game. I feel like it's going to be good. I really hope it is good, because if it's not Princess Peach, you won't get another game for a while, okay? Next up, we have Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon HD. I am not going to call it Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. They had a great name with
How dare you, Josiah?
What do you mean, how dare I? When Nintendo has a great game and then replaces it with an awful name, I'm not going to call it the awful name. I'm going to call it the name that I legitimately like. I'm not calling it Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
Okay.
I rest my case. Bam. Now that we're done with that, we're going to move on to our picks for the Game Awards. You guys know the Game Awards, correct? Right. Game Awards. It's one of the biggest gaming award shows ever. That's why it's called the Game Awards. It's great. So, we have many categories, okay? These are all our picks for who should have won the Game Awards, okay? And we're just going to start out with the biggest and best of them all. Game of the Year, we chose The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I just wanted any other game that wasn't Baldur's Gate 3 to win, so... And Tears of the Kingdom. It's a great game. I would have chose Mario Wonder. Mario Wonder and Tears of the Kingdom are some of the greatest Nintendo games that I've ever seen. But I feel like Tears of the Kingdom deserved it just a little bit more with how good of a game it is.
It was a really good game. I played 100 hours plus of it. I don't want to play anymore, but I cherish my memories. They were good. It's a great game. Solid graphics on an old console.
When Breath of the Wild first came out, everybody liked it. Like, Zelda itself hadn't had a remake in a long time. So, I bet everyone was excited when a new game came out. All the ones before had been good.
Yeah, it really is a great game.
The trailers, bro. The trailers! They were fire, lit, insanely amazing. I'm speaking with passion right now.
Best narrative, okay? Because none of these Nintendo games were on the list. We chose Spider-Man 2, okay? Spider-Man 2 is the sequel to, guess who? Spider-Man.
Spider-Man!
Yes! Spider-Man 2, it's a great game. It has a great narrative. It looks great. It's a great story. I love the game. It's such a good game. Next,
Yeah.
Best Art Direction. We chose Super Mario Bros. Wonder, okay? Mario Wonder, it's a colorful game. It is so colorful. It is so...
Yes.
it
Although,
is so-
Josiah, I will admit, I feel like Tears of the Kingdom had a better art direction.
Okay, well, I see why you would think that. Like,
I love... Okay, go back to what I said about the cover, the alternate, I don't know, the piece of art that I saw on Nintendo Switch News.
Yeah,
It was insanely amazing.
yeah.
So crazy.
And the thing with that is, I feel
And,
like the Mario games are just a bit more colorful than the Zelda games, because the Zelda games, I don't want to say are dark and dingy, but they're like more serious, while Mario is more lighthearted and colorful and all that
True.
stuff.
I don't really think that lighthearted and colorful means best art direction, but I do.
Audio design. Hi-Fi Rush. It's Hi-Fi Rush. There isn't much to say. Best performance. Cameron Monaghan, Jedi Survivor. Star Wars Jedi Survivor is one of the coolest Star Wars games that I've ever played, and it all comes down to the actors and the voice acting, especially Cameron Monaghan, who really drove home this character that we see on our screen and that we're playing as. It is such a good game, and I very, very highly want you guys to play it. It is such a good game. It is such a good franchise. You guys need to play it. Moving on. Community support. Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, this was a very debatable game to put on this list, as it is one of the glitchiest games of all time. That's saying that I've played E.T. on the Atari 2600. Best mobile game. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Best fighting game. Street Fighter 6. I really like Street Fighter, but I also like Mortal Kombat. I was between Mortal Kombat 1 and Street Fighter 6. We're going to go Street Fighter 6. There we go. Best strategy game. Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 is all about strategy. Landon, talk to us about that.
I've never played Pigman, but it looks like a strategy game.
Best multiplayer. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Once again, multiplayer, Mario, killing two birds. No stone. Too messy.
Oh, come on, man. I would have thought that Tears of the Kingdom had the best multiplayer. Oh, wait.
And you know what? I'm going off the notes one last time. The best content creator of all time is, drumroll please, the Gaming Corner
Yes.
podcast. There's nothing more to say there.
What?
Those are our picks for the Game Awards of 2023. Hopefully we can even do something later on for the 2024 Game Awards. I'm excited to see what we have in store for 2024 in gaming and everything else that we're going to be talking about. But that's all the time we got for you guys today on Gaming Corner Podcast. I'm Josiah.
And I'm Jonathan.
I'm Landon.
And this
It's
Gaming Corner.
Corner.